If you're a business owner or entrepreneur and you're looking at a letter of intent, trying to figure out what's important and what's not, what way can you figure this out and how can it help you? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Sylvan, coming to you live from Consulting Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business and a fantastic day to talk about you. Today we are talking about letters of intent. Now some people will call them a letter of intent agreement. Some people will call them a letter of intent contract. Just for today's sake, we're going to call it a letter of intent. So let's say that you're going to sell your company, UCO, and you're looking at the letter that was sent over to you from another business, from private equity, from an investment firm, from whoever, and you're like, I really don't know what way to take this. So what you do is you print out your letter of intent and you grab a highlighter and you take the highlighter and you highlight all the things that are in the offer. And at the top is typically the money, okay? So let's say they're going to give you $10 million for your company. Cool. So you're going to highlight that. And then they're going to say, like, here's the way that we're going to pay you. We're going to give you $8 million up front, and there's going to be a $2 million holdback. You're going to highlight that. And you're going to go look through all the meaningful areas of the conditions, the terms. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make a list of what you want, because you're going to respond. You're going to want to respond back and say, hey, here's what, my suggestions are for these changes. Here's what I'm looking for. In business, we call these red lines, right? So if you hear like the term red line, it literally means either we're going to put a strike through and make it red, or we're going to put some letters, or we're going to add some clauses or some information. And the reason you want to do this is, one, like to really think through what the offer is. Two, to set up your counter. You may say, hey, my company's not worth 10 million, it's worth 12. And I don't want a $2 million holdback. I'm willing to do $1 million, right? Like, an LOI is a fancy term for we're going to put some deal structure together and we're going to negotiate. Now, you can negotiate too hard. You may leave some money on the table, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, you get what you ask for. So here's what you got to know. If you have a business to sell and you're at least doing $2 million a year in revenue with a 10% profit margin and you want some help with the exit strategies, you should absolutely reach out to the Deal Hotline. 888-DEAL-919, 888-DEAL-919. It's right here above my head. Call that number and a member of my team will get back to you. No deal is too big. Okay, so the reason why you really want to set this information up is important because we're going to go through 3 categories. I got my $12 whiteboard here, and here's the 3 categories. 1, must have, right? We're going to make those green. We are going to make that color that it's got to be green a must have. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, hey, it would be nice, but it's not a condition. It's not really something that's going to say that I have to do this. And then we're going to put like, don't care in orange. So we've got green, we've got yellow, we've got orange. And then what you're going to do is you're going to print out the LOI. The letter of intent contract is probably somewhere between 3 and 10 pages, so you're not wasting a lot of paper. And you're going to go through green and make some notes. This is must have, right? I want 12 million for my co that you offered me 10 for. Cool. Nice to have. Better terms. Do I need them? Probably not, but it would be nice to have. And then like some of the things that you don't care about. Now, what you're going to do also is you're going to go through your list of the changes that you want to make. And then you're going to go through and you're going to take the information off the $12 whiteboard and you're going to have your must-haves, you're going to have nice, and you're going to have don't care. Now, I've seen people stack in a whole bunch of I don't cares so that in negotiations, people are like, I don't care about this, I don't care about this, because you never know what's going to be important to somebody else. The reason I bring this up is when you go to sell your business, your company, your co, it may be emotional. You may have had it for a couple of years. You may have had it for a couple of decades. And you may not know the emotions that you're going to go through, the stress that you're going to be under. So you can even turn this like into a Benjamin Franklin close. And the Benjamin Franklin close is where you draw a T-chart, right? I'm going to delete my $12 whiteboard. And you draw a T-chart and you decide like pros and cons. The Ben Franklin close is a fancy way of saying pros and cons. Took a little bit longer to delete my dry erase marker than I thought. Right? Pros, cons. And you can go like super low tech and just pros on one side, cons on the other. And then you have your bottom line things that you're going to do. Okay? So company comes in, says, hey, first round salvo, we're putting this out there. We'll give you $10 million for your company. Remember, this is a negotiation. It's not too uncommon for some companies to come in and say, after due diligence, here's what's going to happen. and you may end up at 8. I mean, it's very common to lose 10, 15, 20% sometimes in a negotiation from the first go round for all the information that's asked, the company, the private equity, the group is asking for. It just really depends upon what happens when you get underneath and start pulling back layers of the onion. You're like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Oh, I didn't know it was there. That's what due diligence is all about. But I would absolutely have some sort of structure to say, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Okay? So take some time, take a look at your letter of intent, contract, agreement, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to refer to it as an LOI, and have some fun. Remember, hey, it's your life. You get to have some fun. Smile as much as you can. You got 1 of 3 things to do from here, just 1 of 3. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.